A man and a young girl were stranded in a desolate wilderness. After looking at the map, he realized they were hundreds of miles away from any inhabited area. What amused him was that the little girl still had the leisure to go fishing. He thought they should focus on more practical tasks. So, he gathered stones and arranged them on the ground to form an SOS signal. He tried to communicate with the girl, but she didn't understand him at all. At that moment, he regretted letting the girl board the plane. The man was a cargo pilot. A few hours earlier, he had delivered goods to an Eskimo village. Before he left, the villagers stopped him. Due to the language barrier, the man couldn't understand what they were saying. But, as a professional, he excitedly assumed they wanted to sell him furs. He approached them only to find out that a girl was sick. The villagers wanted him to take the girl to the hospital. However, the man coldly refused. He believed they should treat her in their own village. As the man prepared to leave, the villagers chased after him. They offered fine ivory in exchange for his help. Momentarily greedy, the man agreed to their request. But he overlooked one critical point. This would require him to take a detour. After flying for several hours, he realized the plane was running out of fuel. He was forced to make an emergency landing in the uninhabited wilderness. At dawn, the man attempted to repair the radio. However, he accidentally broke a component. This caused him to lose his temper completely. He went on a destructive rampage. The girl watched quietly from a distance. When he calmed down, he decided to head for a town over 200 miles away. Before leaving, he left the girl with some food. The girl signaled that she wanted to go with him, but the distance was too far, and she was ill. The man made her stay and promised to return in about a week. Thus, the man began his 200-mile journey across the wilderness. Unfamiliar with the terrain, he soon lost his way. On the second day, rain soaked his matches, making it impossible to start a fire. Things got worse when he accidentally sank into a swamp. After a desperate struggle, he crawled out, but then he realized his rifle was missing. Reluctantly, he crawled back into the swamp to retrieve it. To his dismay, he discovered the magazine was gone. The next morning, he woke to find himself surrounded by mosquitoes. No matter how much he swatted, it had no effect. He tried to drive them away but failed. Desperately, he ran, trying to escape. Even when he lost his shoes, he didn't turn back to retrieve them. But no matter how far he ran, mosquitoes swarmed everywhere. He tripped and tumbled down a slope. When he woke up again, he found his feet had been bandaged. A nearby fire was burning. The man was confused until the girl returned with firewood. It turned out she had collected herbs to treat his injured feet. She had saved his life, otherwise, the mosquitoes would have drained him dry. Seeing the girl's condition worsening, she still insisted on making shoes for him. The man was overwhelmed with guilt. At dawn, he decided to fish himself and let the girl rest. Suddenly, he heard the sound of a plane. The man ran up the hill, shouting for help, but the plane had already flown away. He sank into despair. As the weather grew colder, the girl's condition worsened. Seeing her, the man felt a deep sorrow and held her tightly. Finally, he made a simple sled. He dragged her forward tirelessly. Every second mattered to him. Looking at the frail girl, he longed to reach the town and find a doctor. But deep down, he knew she might not have much time left. The next morning, the man woke to find the girl missing. He frantically searched for her everywhere. Following her footprints, he ran as fast as he could. But soon, the tracks disappeared. The man realized she might not have made it. He built a grave for her at that spot. He placed her belongings inside, and with them, the fine ivory tusks.